Welcome to The Inquiry. Every Tuesday, I explore one question that has shaped nearly 50 years of my work in business, sustainability, and the circular economy. Today's question is surprisingly simple. What are you trying to sustain? I'd like to begin with the story. Imagine I invite you to play football after work. As an Englishman, I arrive carrying a round ball. As an American, you arrive carrying an oval one. Neither of us is wrong. Neither of us misunderstood the invitation. We both understood the word football. The problem is that we attached different meanings to it. For most of the world, football means the game played with a round ball. In the United States, football means something entirely different. The word was shared. The meaning wasn't. I've come to believe that something very similar has happened with sustainability. For nearly 40 years, we've all been using the same word. Governments, businesses, universities, investors, and consultants. Today, even artificial intelligence uses it quite fluently. But here's the question. Do we all mean the same thing? Or have we just quietly assumed we do? One of the greatest obstacles to transformation is not disagreement about solutions. It is the assumption that familiar words carry shared meanings. I think sustainability may be one of the very best examples. So where should we begin? Not with business, not with policy, not even with the Brundtland report. We should begin where every inquiry into language begins. The English language itself. The dictionary. As a word, sustainability describes the ability to continue something over time. That's a complete definition. It tells us exactly what the word means. But dictionaries describe the general case. They don't tell us what is being sustained, nor do they tell us for how long. Those questions arise only when we apply the word. Think about the expressions we use every day. Sustainable development, sustainable business, sustainable agriculture, sustainable finance, sustainable cities. The moment we add that second word, we've changed the conversation completely. We're no longer talking about sustainability in general. We're talking about sustaining something specific. And that immediately raises two questions. What are you trying to sustain? And for how long? Those are not rhetorical questions. They are structural questions. Because different people answer them differently. A business may be trying to sustain profitability. A government may be trying to sustain development. A community may be trying to sustain its way of life. An ecosystem may be trying to sustain its capacity for renewal. Everyone may sincerely believe they're pursuing sustainability, but they may well be trying to sustain completely different things. It's a bit like arriving on the field with two different footballs. Over time, I began to notice something. Very intelligent people often reach completely different conclusions while all claiming to support sustainability. Not because they disagreed, but because they were trying to sustain different things. That observation changed the direction of my own work. And now, after almost 50 years, I've come to one conclusion. Sustainability is not itself an objective. It is a property. It describes the capacity of something to continue. The real question has always been, what should continue? And then, for how long? For me, those two questions eventually led somewhere quite unexpected. They led me back to stewardship. I've come to believe that sustainability at its deepest level is about humanity remembering its responsibility to steward the conditions that are required for life to continue indefinitely into the future, generation by generation. Required, not preferred, not optional. Required. Business matters. Economic prosperity matters. Innovation matters. But they all exist within something larger. The living systems that make every enterprise possible. Next week, I want to explore one of the most influential documents of the past 40 years. Many people believe the Brundtland report defined sustainability. It didn't. It defined sustainable development. And there's another surprise. Most people quote only the first sentence. Almost no one quotes the second. Yet it is the second sentence that completes the very definition. I think understanding those two sentences may change the way we understand the last 40 years of sustainability. So I'll leave you with the same questions that continue to guide my own inquiry. What are you trying to sustain? And for how long? If this question resonates with you, I'd be delighted if you join me again next Tuesday for the next edition of The Inquiry. Until then, thank you for watching. I'm Ken Alston. We'll see you next time.